Well, we're here with Drex Carter of Lady Tigers Soccer, who begins their season today as they take on the Chaparral Lady Lobos at home. And Drex, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Well, it's a new season for Lady Tiger Soccer, and you guys had some positives last year. Didn't make the postseason, which I'm sure was one of the goals for you. Let's talk a little bit about last year heading into this year. What are some things that you liked that the team did last year with the seniors and the group that are coming back into this season that you want to see continue?
I think they really gelled towards the end of the season. Our young players, they developed. They didn't get discouraged. They played some good soccer coming into the district. We possibly thought that we could have snuck into second, but we were shooting for the stars and we fell kind of short, which is all right because we learned a little bit about what we need to do to prepare for next year. And they all came back. We had a large turnout. A lot of the young ladies played in the off season, and they look good. We're moving on to bigger things, and they're understanding the game and taking on the tactics, and I'm pretty excited.
Well, you talked about this summer. I know you guys did some 8-on-8 things with some of the girls on the team. Talk about what you saw this summer that encouraged you heading into this season.
This is the third year. Mayfield coach Dave Morales has put on its 8v8. It's a friendly. We had more teams this year than we have in the past 3 seasons, or since it started. We get 5 games in. They're 20-minute halves, 40-minute games. We play every hour, and it's like a developmental. It's where you can call timeout if you see something on the field. It's the short field, 50 to 50, touchline to touchline. You can stop the game and say, change up what you need to do. Coach the girls. And it's really picking up. We picked up some teams from Hobbs and Deming and Santa Teresa, so it's gaining popularity, and it's a lot of fun. They just go to have fun. It's not for no awards. They're just out there to touch the ball, and you get a look at some of your district players, who's come up, how they've developed in the summer, the off season. But you have a lot of fun. There's no pressure.
And that's an important part about with the team. You guys play during the fall, but we always say it for the girls that are really focusing on soccer, for them to keep active throughout the entire year, and especially the summer leading into the year. As a coach, how important is it for you to have them playing in the summer and keeping active in the sport?
You see it when they come into summer conditioning. You can tell how much development or how their skill has changed or improved. We had some girls play some club ball. A couple ladies played for some of the boys' teams, and then there was actually a young team that a couple from the base volunteered to coach. They did very well this summer, and that's the most of our young players that came in for the JV program, and you can tell that the development by just getting those touches on the ball vastly improved their skills.
What's your gauge in the team coming out of tryouts and training camp, as you might say, after the first week or so?
The thing I like the most is the way they're able this season to take on new tactics. We went over a lot of material, a lot of different counterattacks, a lot of defense, a lot of changing things up, and they picked it up really quick. When I can call it from the sideline and they can execute what we need done, we see the weaknesses. You can just go on from there. Improvement, you can always improve on your touch. Our main focus this year is defense. We've changed our lineup. We're primarily going with a 4-3-3, where in the past we went with a 4-4-2. We're gonna tighten up the midfield. We've got more speed up top than we've had in 4 or 5 years. Our midfield, we have a talented midfield with some experience with Della Trevino, Lauren Mars, and Michaela Smith. They're going to anchor that 3 in the middle. And up top, we've got Jordan Padilla, senior. On the right, we've got Virginia Norwood, senior. And then we've got Genevieve Tejas, second-year, 9th grader in the middle as the forward. And she's developed immensely. She looks good.
And you said defense is really going to be what you guys focus on. Talk about those 4 in the back that you're expecting, obviously, a lot from this year. I know the midfielders are going to help them, but let's talk about those 4 in the back.
Our defense individually is not as strong as it is together. So we're working on them to really gel, to cover each other's back. We have a Derica, who's anchoring the sweeper, Derica Naya. We're working on the other 3. Kennedy Mirabal came in last year, and we put her to some defense, 8th grader, and she did the same thing. She improved. She's tough. She's gritty back there. We got Elisa Mercado, who played in the off season, very strong player, and we picked up a young lady that came in this year as a senior, Alicia Lopez. She has quite a bit of experience in up at top and defense. Alexa Boer, which is another one of our seniors who's got 3 years under her belt with us. She's very strong, good development this year. I don't want to miss any. Katie Joyner, another senior, she'll be playing keeper, backed by Kayla Ross. And then we have Adriana Smith, who is amongst one of those young players that developed in the offseason also that can help us in the midfield. But the defense as a whole is based on the 11 players. We need to defend from when possession is taken away, not depend on the ball on the last 4. And that's what happens a lot. You know, the players get lackadaisical. Oh, we got our defender, we got our keeper, but we need to stay tight and we need to win possession of the ball, gain possession.
So you're expecting your forwards to be active defensively going into the season? Oh,
yes, very actively. You lose the ball, you track after it, you mark, you cover, whatever it takes. And I'm teaching them to try to get small. It's hard for them to understand the concept of moving off the ball. While you're not on the ball, get into position. Take position, mark and cover. And these little things, just these little movements, improve your chances of gaining possession and covering each other immensely. But they're picking it up. Communication's a very important part of the game. And just to get these young ladies vocal, I mean, when they're off the field or before practice, they won't shut up. But you get them on the field, and it's hard to get them to, so you got to get them to kind of multitask, have fun with it. And, then they get vocal, and hopefully they take that training to the game, to the pitch.
You mentioned your couple of goalkeepers. How do you feel like your strength is in goal going into the season?
Katie Joyner, she is a big presence in the goal. She's very smart. She got a lot of good experience last year. We'll see. Time will tell. Kayla Ross, she was come up from JV. I believe she is in 10th this year. She's a sophomore. Very gritty, tough young lady, and she's working hard. We see a lot of development from her every day, and hopefully, they'll find their place in the frame and do well.
Are there a few ladies that you're expecting to be leaders this year, or maybe coming out of the first week that are going to be the vocal leaders in the team?
Yeah, I know who the vocal leaders are. There are some young ladies out there that when they step on the field, they will give you 110. They will give you everything they got. Jordan Padilla, Virginia Norwood, there's just no stopping. You bring them out the field, they're dead tired. They're still willing to take some more. Derica Anaya, she's a sweeper, center sweeper. She's very vocal on the field. Adela Trevino anchoring the center, junior. Very good touch, very skilled. Her leg, her shot's improved. She's starting to drop them in from 30, 35 out. So she's looking at keeper positioning, and during the 8v8, she didn't hesitate. She put in quite a few goals.
What are the expectations of the team going into this year? Where do you guys feel like you can fit into the district competition? And I'm sure playing in the state playoffs is a goal for you guys this year.
Yeah, I believe that district, Lisa Stack, my assistant coach, believes that district's wide open from what we saw. And, of course, we have to stay healthy as a team. We have to develop through the season, and I believe we had a shot. I mean, we played tough last year in district. We had some holes we needed to fill, and I think the development in the offseason has filled those holes, and we just need to keep progressing. And again, we need to stay healthy. That's a big part of it. But yeah, I think we have a great chance.